Hi, I'm Lulu. Welcome to Lulu's Way. I'm glad you're here. So I'm in my camper van, and I'm going to begin to do some of these little tweaks I want to get done. And I just thought I'd take you along with some uh, ideas that change plans. Some things changed, and I'm going to tackle a few of them. And I thought perhaps I would show you. So the first thing we'll tackle is this beautiful, what looks like tin, um, little backsplash for my cabinet here. So I'm going to take off this flower. I know a lot of people really enjoy this flower, but the flower's done. Flower's done. If you remember, I was so excited about that pillowcase I found with this on it, and it was going to be like the decor in here, and then it didn't work out after all. So I'm going to put the chair forward a little bit, like that. Slide it right down in here. This couldn't be a more perfect fit. I thought it was going to be too short. It's not too short. See how far it comes down? I thought it was going to come down to like the top of the seat. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. How beautiful is that? I love it. I love it. Look at that. Okay, so what I'm going to do, it really hardly needs any support. Oh, oh, that was my butt. My butt honk. Ow! Oh, I just banged my head. I scared the cameraman, I think. This needs very little support because once this chair goes back on it, it's really going to hold it up. I'm just going to put a couple of pieces of this alien tape up in the corners. This alien tape will hold anything. So it comes with this plastic on either side of it, and that keeps the sticky sides of it clean. So then you just take a little piece like this, and then go like that, stick it on really good. Then we'll get the other side on like this. So then we just press it like this, and then you just peel off the top, peel off top. Got to get this right into position. That's it right there. Right there. Okay. And I think what I'll do is I'll do another one right in here. Might as well do down in the last corner too. I love this. I love this. I'm going to put the seat back. There we go. Oh my gosh. Look at that. I love it. I love it. So to keep this alien tape perfect, you just put these little plastic sheets on either side. They come with them. And you go like that. And then it doesn't stick to the bag, you know, because these edges are sticky too. And it goes right in here. This stuff is worth its weight in gold. So now, the next thing is I have this space heater running because it's freaking freezing. And I didn't want to be in here with a coat on, so I got the heat on. It's going to be good. So, about this. All right. So, consensus was on my channel that it looks better on this table than it does on here, but mostly because it might be in the way of the fridge going in and out. I don't think it's going to damage it. People were talking about it getting damaged. I don't think it's going to get damaged. But I have to say that I like it better here. I think it looks better, the green on green. This almost looks like it just doesn't belong there to me. It's just my eye, you know? So what I decided to do was to just throw a couple of pieces of tape on it and hang it here and take the fridge in and out and see what it's like. I think they're just going to lay on top of it. No big deal, but I might be wrong. So I'm going to bring it right like this, as high as it goes. Pull the tape down. There we go. Well, that's what I'm envisioning. Let's see what happens when I pull the fridge out. So it just brushes. It just brushes against it. It's really no big deal. And then this is what I put this little black disc right here to keep it open while I'm not using it, so that it's, you know how refrigerators can get stinky when they're closed for long periods of time? So I just put that little disc right there. It keeps it open. So I am seeing no problem with that being there at all. I think that's where it belongs. In my eye, that's where it belongs. So I've tested it and I've made my decision. A lot of people did say that they like it better on the bed too. But most people said they liked it better on here. And I think it was because they figured it would be in my way. But it's not, it won't be in my way. But I can see why you would think it would be in my way. I have a few ways I could attach this. I could do the alien tape, or I could do staple gun. I think I'm going to do the alien tape. So let's do this again. I'll probably do 4 pieces across. I mean, I could do a whole piece, the whole distance if I wanted to, but I don't think that's necessary. So I'm going to do 4 pieces. So here's one right here. Actually, I'm going to make it a little bit thinner. Really press it in. Let me cut this one down a little bit. Just going a little bit past the ribbon onto the beads. Don't want that. Not to waste these pieces that I cut off to make smaller, I'll just put them right here. All right, so okay, here we go. Here we go, people. It doesn't damage the or take the paint off. Like if I want to rip this off, I just rip it right off. All of that stuff will just come right off. It's just absolutely amazing stuff. Now, in the commercials they take like a brick and they put a piece of it on and they tape it to a wall and it stays up. You know, I'm not too sure that it was going to hold a brick to a wall, but that's what they show in the commercial. But it can certainly hold a little thing of beads on this. So let's see what else we got here. And you know, if this ever doesn't work out, if all of a sudden I decide that, geez, it kind of is in the way of the fridge. It doesn't really seem like it's going to be, but if it is, I'll just take it off and move it. You know? I feel like standing outside of my van every time I come in my van, which is usually this way. This is what I'll see, and that's why I wanted it. I wanted it here, and I like the green on green. I just like it. That's it. That's it, folks. I have it up as high as it goes. I like to be able to see the green underneath. I didn't want to cover the whole green there, so I like seeing the green in between the jewels. Now that's a bedazzle job. I've just bedazzled. So when I got this from Amazon, it came 3 rolls in a box, and I've used this on so many things. I'm still on my first roll. I still have 2 more rolls. So it also says that it's reusable. Like I can take that off and I can rinse it and reuse it. I've never done that. Anything that I've taken it off of, I've just thrown it away. Got a new piece. I got 3 rolls. I got 3 rolls. I got to tell you something else I thought of. Okay. I've gotten so many suggestions about when I talked about how I want a screen to go over my food so that flies won't go on it when it's cooling. I've had to cool my food off with covers on, and then it takes forever to cool when you have a cover on it, and I don't want to put warm things in my cooler and melt my ice. So my idea was that I was going to use a piece of screen that I have. I was just going to cut a piece of screen, roll it up. So the feedback I got on that was that it's not food grade. Didn't think of that. So whoever, those handful of people that said that, thank you. Didn't even occur to me that it wasn't food grade and that it should be food grade. A lot of people are talking about those ones just to buy one, but see, I can't do that because these bins are 11 inches wide. 11 by 11 by 11. I can't find one of those screens that are less than 12 inches. They're all 12 inches because they're made to go over a pan and to overlap. So I can't have anything that's stationary like that. I needed screen that I could roll up. That's why I thought of the screen. I would roll it up. So out of the question, getting one of those splatter guards for a pan. Then I thought, well, for crying out loud, Lulu, just go to your fabric, get a piece of lace, boom. I took these 3 pieces, I cut them, I washed them in dishwashing liquid since it's going to be used for food. And I got 3 of them. I got 3 of them. If I need 3 things to cool, no flies are going to get in there. Problem solved. and it takes up this much space. You see, this is what I need. I need to put this in with my dishes right here, just like that, and it takes up no space. So that problem is solved. I got to show you another really cool idea. My friend Darlene, you got some good ideas. She was lighting incense one day at her van, and I usually just use the cones. Like I have the cones, and I got the little dish like this, and then you just put the cone in like this, and then you light it, right? They smell so good. But I have this incense that I got. Can I remember the name of it? No. But I just remember I heard about it, and I was like, I'm getting that. I can't remember, but I'll put it right here in text. It smells so good. It's very, very powerful. It's very strong, and it smells so good, but it really only comes in the sticks. And you know, the little wooden trays that you put the thing in, sometimes I don't trust those. Like a lot of times this doesn't go right over it, and I don't want like ashes and stuff falling, especially in a van. But you know what she did? She took a piece of a sponge. It's dried. It's a dried sponge, and she just stuck her incense in like this. Did it like that. How cool is that? Then you just light it, and all the ashes fall on the sponge. Isn't that a good idea? So I got a piece of sponge, and I got a sponge that the edges were getting all funky. So I cut all the edges off. I just dried it out, and I'm going to take this with me up here in my little stash of incense, because I would like to light this one. This one smells so good. So for the Berkey, Bob had an amazing idea for the Berkey. First of all, he put this rubber bungee on instead of that little skinny one. So this is like this is rock solid. Okay. Now, for the bottom, what he decided was that we took this piece of wood, we put it on top of the shelf underneath the Berkey, and we traced the Berkey. Then we went under and traced this and this. So I'm going to cut this like this. I'm going to cut this like this. Then I'm going to cut this like this. We're going to slip this under the Berkey, and the Berkey is going to be sunk in 3/4 of an inch. And then we're going to screw this onto this. How awesome is that idea? That will never fall. Oh, do I love the way that looks? No, you know shit bothers my eye. So the meetup I went to at Grand Canyon, this woman brought us all these purple bandanas, and she wanted us to put them, each of us to put them on our car, somewhere on our car, like tie it onto your antenna or tie it onto your side mirror, so that you would know, everyone would know who was part of our group. Isn't that cool? So we all got purple bandanas. Well, what about this idea? What about making a cowgirl out of my Berkey, right? So my Berkey's wearing a bandana right now, and it's kind of covering up those yucky bungees, and it's a memory from the Grand Canyon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this out, cut this out, cut this out, sand everything down and clean it up nice, paint it. I don't know if I have any of this red paint left, but I know I have some of this orange left, so I might just do it orange. And then we're going to put it in there and slip it down. So there's the Berkey situation. I am thrilled, thrilled, thrilled with this idea. If anybody has a different idea about covering up the spongy, I just think that just solves it, and it's kind of cute, you know? I mean, I know there's not like a purple theme in here, but I could just swap it out for any scarf, really. So maybe if I see a scarf in my travels that is a fabric that, you know, I could make a scarf out of any fabric. Actually, I could make a zebra scarf right now if I wanted to. So I love that idea, you know. So I was really happy with that. So that will solve it all. That will be my next project. Now that it's like 52 today, it's very delightful, and so I'm not freezing too much. Still got the heater running though. So I have this big bracket to bracket the kitchen to the floor, and I'm going to put it right here. And so these three are easy. Those will just be 3 screws that go right down into the floor, into the 3/4 inch plywood. These ones here, not so easy. If you screw into this particle board, the screws are just going to come out. It's just, you can't screw, you have to bolt. So I need one more lesson in bolts, because I need to bolt that. We also need to bolt this to this. And Bob's going to come over, give me a lesson in bolts one more time. To use bolts, it just goes through the wood. It's not using the wood to grab onto. Like, you can grab onto solid wood, but you can't grab onto particle board. It's just gonna, especially with traveling, it's not gonna end well. I need one more lesson in bolts before I do them myself, because I know they have to have a certain head, because the head that's gonna be over here I need these to still work. So I need like a head that gets sunk in or flat. I'm not really sure. And then also it involves washers and lock nuts or lock washers or something. So, and I don't really quite understand those. So I'm going to get a lesson in bolts, because I need to understand it. Like, once I understand it, instead of just getting instructions, like put this on and then put this on and then put a lock nut, like I just need to understand the whole process, because then I retain it. And then I'll just always be able to use bolts and bolt things to things, you know? So, yep. So that's good. This project is on hold for right now. And this one is on hold because I'm going to learn a little bit more about molly bolts too, because this is going to go right here, right here. That's where it's going to get molly bolted. And then I'll be able to pull this door closed. Isn't that great? Isn't that great? Oh, so excited. I'm so excited. So now, to work on this issue that I have with this cabinet door. So the issue is that when I open it like this, it stops on this. But if I put this down and then I put this down, this pretty much covers everything that's in here. I want this to stop right here. I got all kinds of suggestions from everybody. Love the ideas, love the ideas. The thing about the ribbon idea and the chain idea is, like, I don't want it in my way. I don't want something in my way. I don't want it to be right over here, and like things that I'm taking in and out might hit it. And so I had another idea, and I'm going with this idea. So I got these brackets, just like this. I'm thinking I'm going to do one on each side, but I might just need one. So here's this bracket, right? So I put this bracket right here. Of course, I'm going to paint it blue. If that bracket is installed right there, and this comes down, okay, see, it can't be, it has to be right there. That's it, right there. So okay, so now that's just going to sit. It's going to come down, and it's just going to sit right on this. And then Bob said, but that's going to end up scratching your paint off. Then I had these little Velcro button things. So these ones are the ones that are all scratchy, And this one is really soft. And I just thought, like, I'll just put a soft one right on here like this. And it will just always come down and hit the soft. That's what I'm thinking. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my drill. I'm going to do a couple of pilot holes. Yep. So I'm going to do my little pilot holes right here on these. Just to get it started. And I have to make sure that these screws that came with it are not too long. Yes, they're too long. So I got to go get smaller screws. Okay. So I found 1/2-inch screws that I had. And I think that's all I'm going to need is 1/2 inch. So I'm going to put my Phillips head back on. And okay, let's see if I can just do it with one and not one on the other side. It's not a lot of weight, so. Oh. I didn't put the one up that I put the thing on. Let me put this little sticker on. I make it a little bit smaller. So that will stop the paint from chipping. You know, that works, but I believe it needs another one. I just think it would be better with another one. So there's this one. Let's see. Oh. Right there is perfect. I just need to get that started. I find it very helpful when you get it started. Sometimes it's not necessary, and I do it anyway. I'm being lazy and not digging out my other drill. I have one under the bed, the drill I travel with. I don't feel like digging it out. So I'm just using this one. Normally I would have one set up as a drill and one set up as the screwdriver. I think I'm going to grab a little dab of blue paint, and I'm just going to paint these. They don't look that bad. All right, so let's check this out. Problem solved. Problem solved. Just these little things. Just these little things. Like when you live in a tiny, tiny space, when you have the small, 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 tiny, 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 everything's tiny, 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 and then you have these little aggravations that just add up. They're not big, big deals, but it's also not a big deal to fix them. You know, just not a big deal. So now, the next thing I'm going to tackle is I need this little screwdriver. I'm going to take this little wire basket down. I'm about to upgrade. I'm about to upgrade from this to this. That's a lot more storage in the same space. See, it's going to be like this. So I decided I wanted the round corner over here, not like this. I wanted the round corner here, just for coming in and out, just to have it rounded. I need to take this big screw out. I had a screw and a washer holding that wire basket down. And I'm just going to take this off. And you know, I was gonna, oh, that's dusty. I was going to screw it in, but I'm going to do the alien tape because I think that might do it. Let me grab one of my water wipes just to get this dust off. And, okay. I'm going to really, really like this. I'm going to really like this. Okay, so if this is going to go like this, or is it going to go like this? Let's see. As you can see, this doesn't come over, it doesn't come over here. It's not going to be anywhere near my head. It's just absolutely perfect, but it gets to overhang like this, just like this, my food shelf here. So if that gives me use of this little skinny, skinny top of this cabinet, that I can make it bigger. Okay, so now, got to get my alien tape out again. And I got to see the spots where this container hits the top, because it doesn't hit it everywhere, you know? So I'm going to just put it right on the shelf like that. That will take care of right there. And then right here. That will take care of right there. And then right here. So there's our 3 pieces. That should do it. There's no reason why this will not stay. And now I'm going to peel off my little thingy-majiggies. It went just like this. I'm going to just give it a good push. Look at that. Look at that. The stuff is amazing, I'm telling you. I'm not sponsored by Alien Tape. Not sponsored. I always rave about alien tape. I rave about my Bluetti. I rave about my Berkey. Nobody sponsors me. Nobody. Now what I noticed is right here, my Bluetooth speaker fits right here. Look at this. How perfect is that? And then there's my water spray for when I do my hair in the morning. There's my place for my comb. This is my little, this is a little battery pack. So if it's charged all the way, it holds like, I could probably charge my cell phone with it once. So that's what that is. That's just, that can go right in here. And I have tons more things to go in there. But maybe I need to take off my, take off this dragonfly and think about where he's gonna go. I don't know if that's gonna stay, but that's okay. Anyway, this served me well. This served me well for all, it was just what I had. The other little thing that came with this here, look at how perfect that fits right in here, holds all these bottles of things, and that's bear spray. Luann and I bought bear spray. We bought a 2-pack and shared it. She suggested we get that, and so I got it, and I never took it on one hike with me. I know. But this other little basket that came with this, people were suggesting that it could be used up here, and it could, because I need the clear ones up here. So that could be used up there. Although I did order some from Amazon. I'll see how then I found this one in my stuff. It needs to be cleaned, but that one's really good for over this side because it comes down like this. So there's less space. Like this wouldn't fit here. See, it hits the back, but over here it goes under. Right over here I need a little skinny one, and look at how skinny that is. So that's going to get alien taped down here. This will get alien taped down there. I have a couple more coming from Amazon that I'm going to, and then I'm just going to have another space to put some things. You know, it's going to make a big difference when I go to Florida. It's going to make a big difference to have all these things for better organization for myself. You know, and that's a little update on my updates. An update on my updates. Oh, I'm still working on this idea. Somebody sent me this great idea, sent me this link to these hooks that would be perfect, except I think they're a little bit too long because they're 5 inches long. So if they hang up here, they hang here, they come down 5 inches. That means my coats aren't going to start hanging until about here. And that just might be kind of low to the floor. So I'm really sad about that because I really, really thought that was an amazing idea. Although I did see another idea for a hook, and I saw it at the Container Store. I've never been to the Container Store, but I'm going to go to the Container Store, and I'm going to see what other kind of containers I might be able to use for different kind of storage to solve some storage issues, and also to look at those hooks and imagine them. I want to see them. And there's not one right around here. There's one a little bit up north, and it's right near where my cousin lives. And I just happen to have a little date with my cousin in a couple of weeks. So when I go to visit her, I'm going to stop in that mall that has the Container Store and check out the hooks. And then if those don't look like they're going to work, I'm just going to get the ones. I'm going to try those ones, the 5-inch ones, and I'll just do it. You know, I just, because it's a great solution. Whoever sent it to me, I appreciate it. And that's what I got for now. So bye for now.